Newcastle were the opponents. The first leg ended goalless at St. James Park, but it was in the second leg that Drogba grabbed the headlines. Newcastle could not contain him on a night when he was determined to take Marseille to a European final for the first time in 5 years. He scored both goals to decimate Newcastle and end their dreams of a European triumph. They would go on to lose the final 2-0 to Valencia, a defeat one could say Drogba took personally, because after that day, he made Valencia pay almost every time he faced them again. All in all, Drogba's first European adventure was unforgettable. He finished with 11 goals in 16 games, with 5 coming in the UEFA Champions League, where he was 4th top scorer despite exiting in the group stage, and 6 coming in the UEFA Cup, where he was joint top scorer despite not playing in the earlier rounds. He had also established himself as a big game player, having scored against Real Madrid, eventual champions Porto, Liverpool, Inter, and Newcastle in the semi-finals. He ended the season with 32 goals in 55 games for Marseille, with 19 of them coming in the league. Despite Marseille finishing a lowly 7th, he was named Ligue 1 Player of the Year. In the summer of 2004, Samuel Eto'o and Didier Drogba made big moves. Frank Rijkaard welcomed Eto'o to FC Barcelona to play a significant role in another title challenge for the club, hoping to end their league title drought. Meanwhile, Jose Mourinho insisted on signing Drogba for Chelsea upon his arrival there. Roman Abramovich would oblige, eager to please his new UEFA Champions League winning Cote. After only one season at Marseille, where the fans had come to adore him, Drogba departed for London for £24 million. It was around this time that the 2006 World Cup qualifiers began. Eto'o and Drogba would be up against each other again. They were placed in the group of death, which contained Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Egypt, Sudan, Libya, and Benin Republic. These qualifiers also served as qualifiers for AFCON. Basically, only the team topping the table would qualify for the World Cup, whereas the top 3 teams would qualify for AFCON. Nobody could possibly have foreseen the drama that this group produced. In the first round of games, Cameroon, Egypt, and Cote d'Ivoire all avoided each other. Cameroon beat Benin Republic 2-1 with Eto'o on the score sheet. Over in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire comfortably handled Libya, winning 2-0 with Drogba on the score sheet. Egypt visited Sudan and comfortably won 3-0, despite that venue being known as a difficult place to go. Mohamed Aboutrika was on the score sheet. After this round, all 3 favorites were on 3 points, with Egypt on top due to goal difference. And then the drama began. Cameroon went to Libya expecting to grab all 3 points, but were left stunned after a resilient Libya side thwarted all their attempts and managed to keep a clean sheet. 0-0 it ended, and Cameroon instantly knew they were in trouble. This was not the kind of group where anyone could afford to drop points. Every draw felt like a defeat. Meanwhile, Benin Republic and Sudan played out a 1-1 draw in Cotonou. But the big one happened in Alexandria, where Egypt squared up against Cote d'Ivoire. In the 22nd minute, Didier Drogba sent in a pass from the left, which Aruna Dindane converted for 1-0. Advantage Cote d'Ivoire. The battle continued for the rest of the half, with both sides unable to convert their chances. But early in the second half, it was that man Mohamed Aboutrika popping up to equalize for Egypt after his cross missed everyone and ended in the net. Things were now finally balanced, but Drogba would decide the game. In the 75th minute, he slid in to convert Atoboka's low cross into the box, giving his country a huge away victory. It was now Cote d'Ivoire on 6, Cameroon on 4, and Egypt on 3. In round 3, Libya visited Sudan and scored a 93rd minute winner to claim all 3 points, taking their tally to 4. They had now kept 2 clean sheets. The big clash of the round happened in Yaoundé, where Cameroon hosted Cote d'Ivoire. The Ivorians were left shell-shocked as Cameroon turned a draw into victory late on. First, Samuel Eto'o scored in the 80th minute before Guy Fichin added a second just 2 minutes later. Cote d'Ivoire had no time to recover, suffering their first defeat of these qualifiers surrendering their position at the top of the table. In Cotonou, more drama ensued. Egypt found themselves 2-0 and then 3-1 down, on course for a second straight defeat. Their hopes were hanging in the balance, but Abutrika showed up once again, reducing the deficit before Hassan Mustafa grabbed the equalizer. 3-3 it ended in a nail-biter that didn't even scratch the surface of what this group had to offer. Now, Cameroon were top with 7 points, then Cote d'Ivoire with 6, Egypt and Libya with 4 each, while Benin Republic were still on 2 points and Sudan on 1.